of deputies! So this is a game called Fingerbones. It's a psychological horror game intended to be completed in a single session, so it will be complete within this video. There's no save function. It takes about half an hour to complete it, they say. It says use WADS to move and left mouse button to interact with the environment. So here we are. And I did play this game completely through earlier today, but there was an issue with the recording. So I'm going to have to do it again because I want to record this for you guys. So you can decide if, you know, if you want to play it. You can get it for free on Steam. So here's a note. When I was 15 years old, I lost my virginity. I shook uncontrollably the entire time. I felt that same primal excitement yesterday night in the cellar. So things are looking rather ominous, aren't they? So here's a note, another note, and some knives. It's my weekend to get Katie, but I'm really not in the mood. I distracted her with the TV and came here to read. I couldn't interest myself in reading, so I tried to write. I couldn't write anything more than the usual handful of disconnected thoughts and theories. Medication didn't help. And divorce certainly didn't help. Because I am not depressed. I am enlightened. This is the result of 2 decades of scientific education and philosophical pondering. This is the price of knowledge. Flashlight. That helps a great deal. So I can come over here to the desk and read this letter. It appears to be a page from a manuscript. Pop morality is too reliant on emotions and not reliant enough on rational thought. If morality must be determined, and I maintain that it is a farce, it should not be determined by feeling. Feelings are nebulous, subjective, and changeable. Rather, it should be determined by thinking. The actions of a natural creature are natural, and thus moral, unless a concrete scientific reason can be given to prove them as immoral. What's this? Don't know. Well, actually I do. But that's just between you and me. Another note. I don't know why I'd use my daughter's name as a door lock code in my survival bunker, but whatever keeps her happy, I suppose. She's like her mother. A delicate, fragile version of her mother. Damn her. So now with the flashlight I can see into the dark corners. There's a button for the generator. Now we have power. And, ooh, a door that I cannot open. Perhaps it needs a password. But where do we input a password? Have I read this note? Yes, the one about the virginity. Oh, is there a note here? Nope. I don't want to miss out on a note, right? Did I read this one? Yeah, the one about pop morality and morality in general. Well, let's try the daughter's name, Katie. Did that work? I didn't hear a buzz. Let's try to open the door anyway. Didn't work. Okay, I have power. And, I read that one. Is there one I missed out on? I can't open that. I read this one, right? Yep. That's the generator. And this is the locked door. Ah, it worked that time. Okay, maybe I just didn't click on the right place. Okay. Come in here. Another letter. It's finally happened. The whole world is a chaos of thunder and screams. When the ashes settle, we will all be wild animals again. I am ecstatic beyond words. I haven't been able to reach Lynn for several days, and she's probably dead for all I know or care. But Katie was here when it started, and I have no idea what to do with her. Most of the town is dead. Katie and I only survived because we ran to the bunker. Perhaps this is what I've needed. Freedom from all the irrational rules and inane social values. Just pure, beautiful survival. Can't open that. Can't open this. Let me adjust my mouse sensitivity. It seems a little bit much. What do we have here? I boxed up everything that isn't practical and useful. I burned all the books that weren't for scientific edification. I'd like to store the boxes in the cellar, but I can't get them down the ladder by myself. I just piled them up near the hatch. The blood would probably ruin them anyway. The tool room has been her name for years now, and I can't bring myself to change it. So, perhaps this is the tool room? We only know two names, Katie and Lynn. So let's go input Lynn into this. I wish I could run, but there's no run feature. You only have the movement keys A, D, W, S, and the left mouse button. Let's try Lynn. Again, I did not hear the tone. When I played this earlier, I would hear a tone after I'd input the data in there correctly. So I don't know what's going on with that. Let's see if it will open for us now. Yes, it does open. Another note. She remembered Father's Day and drew me a picture. I don't understand her. She's just like her mother. She wants to waste time drawing pictures, and we're barely able to find enough food to survive. I turned her crayons into candles. We need more candles in case the generator goes out again. And it helps break up the monotony. I yearn for the excitement of those first weeks. Another note. There are things I've wanted to do for years. Desires I've kept locked in the back of my consciousness. It's been nearly a year since I've seen a woman, and now I realize there's no practical reason to keep those desires locked up anymore. note on the table. A note here. I changed the storage room code to something I can easily remember. NNY. The rest of the word is missing. NNY. Something he can easily remember. Well, we know two names, Lynn and Katie, and Lynn has an NNY in it if you spell Lynn backwards. NNYL? Yes, let's try that one. So we will come back up to the code word device. Which I'm not sure exactly what that's supposed to be, but that's where we put in the code words. NNYL. That's Lynn backwards. And let's go back and see if the door will open for us. Deep, dark storage room. Oh, look, I found a button. What does this say? I am a bag of DNA and I exist to make more of myself. I married and produced a daughter because my genes demand reproduction. I wrote books and created because creativity served a survival advantage to my ancient ape ancestors. I built this place, took refuge in it, and spent hours thinking of silly little artificial laws to live by because my forefathers built cities and societies to allow time and peace to reproduce and to protect their genes. Dreams, loves, opinions, desires, beauty, innocence. Figments of our collective primordial imagination. Fleeting electrical signals that fire across our synapses for a pointless moment in time. They used to serve a purpose, and now they are needless confusion. And here I am, the last man on earth for all I know, ready to be freed from them. Oops, wrong key. Let's see if this will open the door to the no. The tool room has been her name for years now, and I can't bring myself to change it. I don't even remember. I mean, I just played this earlier today, and I don't remember. I don't remember what I do next. Let's go back up here and see if I can remember. Okay, let's see. Well, I did press a button, and so the button had to have done something. And look, this has changed. So here we are. Is that blood? Are those finger bones? There's a note. Let's see what it says. The cellar is freedom. Well then, let's get our freedom. 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 So hopefully now the cellar will be open. Yes. Here is the aforesaid mentioned ladder. We have a note. And a room back there. Okay, let's read the note before we go back there to that room. There's only enough food for one, so she's going to die anyway. And I'm free now. Freedom. It took the end of all humanity for me to find freedom. Table with blood. Some sort of box with more blood. A hammer and a chisel and blood. Lots and lots of blood. And another note. It seems to have been torn from a diary. She finally died last night. I don't know whether from starvation, dehydration, or blood loss. I threw her body into the woods. Her fingers, my anti-religious artifacts, my testaments to moral and intellectual freedom, are locked in the safe upstairs. I am content in the knowledge that I have not done anything wrong. The father didn't know why he'd come back after all these years, starving and tired. He just wanted to see the cellar one last time. With one last flicker, the flashlight died and he was left in the pitch dark. He sat down on the cold floor and closed his eyes. He could still hear her, even now. It was peaceful here in the cellar. It was free here in the cellar. And there you have it, dear viewer. Make of it what you wish. What really happened here in this dark, dark place? And if you like my video, give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe.